Hello and welcome to my channel, and today we're talking about my 2023 reading goals. So I cannot believe I'm already saying that 2022 is almost over and we're about to hit 2023, but honestly I'm super excited. I have so many plans going into 2023 and I'm genuinely so excited to share them with you, because we now have a new way for me to do my reading wrap-ups throughout the year. So they're no longer going to be bi-monthly. I'm going to try to do them every month if possible. I'm also turning this into kind of a book buying ban. So these goals are hopefully going to help me with my book buying and reading the books that are actually on my shelves and so forth. Now, I'm sure you're wondering exactly how they're gonna help me, and this is why I'm really excited to show you my bingo board. So this bingo board is filled with all of the goals that I have for 2023. They are not all reading related. Some of them are book specific, some of them are reading specific, but some of them are also kind of everyday life specific. But anyway, I'm gonna walk you through them. Now, I do just want to say there are 25 prompts on this bingo board. I'm not expecting myself to get through all 25 every single month. I'm hoping that I don't get through 25 every single month, because I do really want to get through the books that are on my shelf and limit my book buying and hopefully not be too tempted. What I have learned, though, about myself is that flat out book buying bans do not work for me. So I'm hoping this idea and how excited I am about it will actually help. So let's actually get through. First of all, this is a really big board, so I don't know if you're going to be able to see everything without me lifting it up. But first of all, we'll start with this corner here with nonfiction. I do want to try to get through one nonfiction book every single month. And I've had this as one of my goals for the last 3 years, and I start out really well on it and I don't continue it. So I'm hoping this year, now that we have this incentive, I will actually be able to get through some nonfiction. The next one on the bingo board is to upload weekly. So I'm sure you've noticed my uploads are kind of sporadic. I'm really bad about it. So I'm hoping not only that Benson and I can collaborate and get them done, or get at least one video out every week, but also that I can kind of take the reins from him and start editing my own videos so that I can be held accountable for my own stuff. The next one is a loved one pick. So while I do want to get the books off of my shelf read, I also want to expand my reading. Like, I want to be able to read more, especially from people who I love choosing for me. So this is probably most likely either going to be Benson pick or Connor pick, because those are really the only two I know that do kind of read. Connor reads more than Benson, but still. And if any of my other friends decide that they want to give me a recommendation, or if you want to give me a recommendation, then I'll absolutely take those. The next one is a classic. The next one is a classic. So I do have quite a few classics that I actually want to get through, especially ones that are on my shelf. So yeah. The next one is chores. Now, this is not reading specific, but this is for me to hold myself accountable. I can be a little messy sometimes, unfortunately, and I'm trying to break that habit. So I'm hoping by putting it on here, I'll hold myself accountable so that you guys can shame me into holding myself accountable. The next one is book club. Now, I don't have a specific book club. However, there are quite a few book clubs that are going around and people I follow on BookTube. And I never actually participate in them, but I really actually want to start trying to do that. And yeah, so book club. The next one is not book specific, but it's adventure. And now Benson and I, basically I started calling this year our year of adventures, so that we didn't focus so much on work or content creation, and we actually got away and were able to have fun and make memories, and that's what I'm going to continue doing in 2023. So whether it's Benson and I, or Benson and our friend, me and our friends, or me and our friends, like whatever, I just want to go on one adventure every month, even if it's something as small as going to the mall. The next one is readathon. This one, basically I just want to participate in one readathon every month, even if it's like a 24-hour readathon or short readathon, just one readathon that I can do every single month. The next one is an ebook. I do have a Kindle, and I don't use it very often, but I do want to read one ebook every month. I was like very confused on what that said, but self-care, I do want to have one self-care day every month, and whether that just be me sitting at home not reading, watching a movie, lighting a candle, whatever. The next one is series. I'm in the middle of over 40 series right now. I want to actually get to finish some, so I'll explain a little bit more about this when I film my next TBR video, but I have a bunch of my series in this little chip mug, so I plan on pulling one of these every single month so that I can progress further into some series. And then we have baking, and I used to bake all the time. I used to, my parents are separated, or they were never married, but they broke up. But my parents aren't together. So when I was younger and used to go to my dad's house, he would always have some form of like baking something, whether it be brownies, cookies, some sort of baking mix that I could bake. And so I would spend like my whole time there just in the kitchen baking and making stuff and just having fun, and I really want to bring that back. So yeah, I might not, like, maybe I'll do like a cooking little vlog on my channel or something if you guys are interested in that, but yeah, I just really want to bring that back for personal reasons. Next is my free space, so I can really do anything with this. I don't have to count this as a book or anything. This is just my free space to either do something with or not. Next one is big book. Now this one can be any book that feels big to me. I know some people, they do specific page numbers, so usually it's over 500 books, but to me sometimes 400 pages can seem really big. So to me, it's any book that looks chunky, that intimidates me to get through. Next one is fitness. I know a lot of people, when the new year starts, they're always into getting back in shape, and for me, I want to, whether it be going for a walk, or staying home and doing an indoor workout, just something like that I want to keep track of. The next one is video project. Now this is kind of not specific because I technically don't know what it's going to be yet. So every month I would like to film like a secret TBR video, or film, just basically it's going to be like a secret vlog of some kind that I plan on doing every single month. I've already gotten some ideas for a couple of them, and I'm so excited to do it. The next one is a reread. Now I'm one of those people that I do not keep books on my shelf if I don't plan on rereading them. However, I never reread them because I'm always so worried about getting the rest of my TBR under control that it feels silly to reread the books that I have. But then, you know, on the other hand, if I'm not going to reread a book, why keep it on my shelf? So I am holding myself accountable. There's another jar here. These are full of all of the books that I've already read that I would like to reread. The next one is library. I also, I know I keep saying I want to get my TBR down. However, I also really want to utilize my library a lot more this year, especially because I don't want to be buying books, and they come in handy when I'm doing things like a video project, or like a secret TBR, something that, or if I don't own something on my shelf, I really want to utilize my library a lot more than I do. The next one is date night, and for this one, it's basically it's very similar to adventure. However, this is exclusive to Benson and I. I would like to get us to go out on a specific date night once I'm gonna say once every month, but ideally I'd like to do it like once every 2 weeks. But unlike adventure, this will just be Benson and I instead of Benson, me and our friends, and just things like that. The next one is a small book. So basically books that are like graphic novels, manga, hell, even children's books. We all know I'm a big fan of children's books here. Okay, and then right under that we have movies. I am behind on a lot of movie franchises, so I would really like to catch up. Buzzword. Now this one requires a little bit of an explanation. So for those of you who don't know, Buzzword-a-thon is a readathon that, was a readathon. It was hosted by Kayla from Books and Lala, and she used to hold it. It would be like a week long of reading books with a specific word in the title. She has since decided to make it just one big challenge because people were asking about it all the time, and she kind of got sick of hosting it. So basically she just gives you one word per month, and you can choose to either read for the first week of the month a bunch of books that have that word in it, or you can choose to read one book per month with that word in the title. And that is what I will be doing. The same thing with nonfiction. Every year I start out really well in the first couple of months by doing this challenge, and then I just completely fall off. So we're avoiding that this year by holding ourselves accountable. The next one is unhaul. Now I pretty much unhaul books all the time. As soon as I finish reading them, if I know I'm not going to reread them again, they go into my unhaul pile. But this year especially, I really want to force myself to be accountable, because usually I let them sit on the floor for months at a time until we can donate them. We're not doing that. So once a month, if I can, I would like to unhaul at least one book that has been sitting on my shelf for a while that I'm either not going to read or I'm not prioritizing. Next one is video games. So this is definitely not book related. This one means, I don't know if you know, maybe I'll have Benson insert a little bit of footage here, but we have a ton of video games everywhere. They're mainly Benson's, some of them are mine, and dating a gamer, I don't know how I have gotten through these 6 years without playing a decent amount of these. So I would like to get through one video game per month. This is something that I will be talking about in my wrap-ups. I understand if you don't really care about that. I'll try to keep them at the beginning of the video, so if you need to, you guys can skip through. But I love video games. I love talking about video games, and I like playing them. It's nice, and it's a nice way to de-stress. It's my second favorite thing to do after reading. And lastly, in the little corner right here, we have audiobooks. This one again is self-explanatory. I just want to prioritize more audiobooks. Those are the 25 things that I would love to do, love to prioritize this year, and I'm super excited about it. And now I just want to talk about my overall goals for the year, so ones that I can't specify into a specific month. Now, I've mentioned getting my TBR down. I would like to get my TBR to under 100 books. I currently have 181 on my shelf that have been unread. That's not including ones that Benson owns that I don't plan on reading. That just includes the books that I would like to actually read on our shelves. So I have quite a few, and honestly, very little shelf space for them. Unfortunately, right now we're not in a place where we have a ton of wall space that I can put shelves on. Yeah, so it's really difficult. So I'm getting overwhelmed by the amount of books that I have. So I would like to get them read and get them off of my shelf if I don't want to reread them. That is my overall goal that I can think of. There was one more, but I really don't remember. So obviously it couldn't have been that important. But I am super excited to be able to accomplish these goals with you and to hold myself a little more accountable. So I am super excited. and I really hope you stick around to see what we accomplish this year. But with that being said, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you want to see more from me, as well as Benson, who's a frequent member on this channel. I will leave all of his links down in the description box below, as well as links to my social media. But once again, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.